Welcome guys, so this will be my 5th sealed. I'm alternating between best of 1, best of 3, so it's a best of 3 day today. We'll get straight into it. Just been trying to get to Platinum today, on the last day of the season. I got there in Constructed, but fell short in Limited. But let's have a look at these rares. So we've got Mercurial Spelldancer. I mean, this is just good because it's a 2-1 for 2 that can't be blocked. And then it's got other text on the card as well. It gets an all counter when you cast a non-creature spell. When it deals combat damage to play, you remove 2 oil counters. If you do, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. That's really cool. It copies spells. Rather than just drawing a card, it's doing something quite interesting. Right, Mirror and Safe House. I think that's my 3rd one. Completely useless in Sealed. I would have to say Blade of Shed Souls for Mirrored in. So, right. For as long as Blade of Shed Souls remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of another target creature you control. Okay, we want to copy something really cool then. Okay, we have another blue rare here. We have Blue Sun's Twilight. Gain control of target creature with mana value X or less. If X is 5 or more, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Yeah, this card's amazing. I think somebody did this to me. We have 3 really good. I think these are 3 really good blue rares. We have a good black rare as well. Archfiend of the Dross, 6/6 flying. You can lose the game, but when a creature an opponent controls dies, its controller loses 2 life. I notice we happen to have the blue-black rare land, so it's looking, from the rares, it's looking like a blue-black deck. Let's try that to start with. That might save some time. Usually I go through everything, but we'll just see how well blue and black are positioned. Okay. Aspirant's Ascent. Combat trick. Just okay. So I'm going to look for things that are sort of playable. Yes. Cheap creature does scrying. Artifacts. Do we have artifacts? Yeah, we've got 1. This is an artifact creature, so it will make things get -1/0. That's a good 2-drop, I think. Experimental Augury does a bit of proliferating. Good card, draw card. This does proliferate as well, and it's a 2-drop. Yeah, that's a nice early blue game, I would say. Then we've got Eye of Malcator. Artifact. Scries for 2. Other artifacts make it a 4/4 until end of turn. Okay, that's interesting. It's quite an aggressive card. Then we've got Reject Imperfection, so yeah, counter spell, that's good. Nice big chunky blocker. This is a bit of, 5/5 vigilance. That's pretty good, I think. And then this is a 4/3 flyer. Oh, we even have the blue-black Voidwing Hybrid thing. So we've got that's pretty awesome. I don't know if we play Eye of Malcator because it doesn't really have a defensive option. It's just for beat down. It does scry for 2, which is quite good. We might play this. Yeah, let's pop it in for now. And we've got Tainted Observer if we want to go 3 colours. Okay, let's look at black. Annihilating Glare. We like to see that. Take that as well. Duress. Maybe we can play that. That's Proliferate. That's got Proliferate. Removal card. That's a removal card as well. Lots of things have 1 toughness. Poison counters. Well, it's a 2/2 flyer. It's a good filler card. 1/4 creature. Okay, that gives things poison. That's Proliferate as well. So we're definitely going for Proliferate things. Oh my goodness, Necrogen Rot Priest we've got, and a Vivisection Evangelist. These are really good. Yeah, so we should play the Proliferate things. And let's look at colourless stuff. 2 Terramorphic Expanse. That's what we like to see. Prophetic Prism. And Phyrexian Atlas. So these help you if you're going 3 colours. But it's an okay deck, I think. But the only thing is we don't really have very much poisoning going on. We've got Voidwing Hybrid though. Yeah, and Blightbelly Rat. We drop Eye of Malcator, I think. This seems like a pretty decent deck, to be honest. There are some amazing multicolored cards here, though. If we added green, we can add the Rot Priest and the Observer. There's also Vivisection Evangelist, which is amazing. If you can get Corrupted, of course, then it works like another removal spell. Let's look at some green things, see if anything jumps out at me here. Thirsting Roots can do a bit of mana fixing for a 3-colour deck, as can Contagious Vorrac. That's very interesting. Paladin of Predation, interesting. Toxic 6, that's incredible. I'm not seen anyone play that yet. But yeah, there's scope here for a bit of green mana fixing. There's also 3 Ruthless Predations. That's a lot of removal in green. Right, so that's pretty interesting. We'll look at white. We'll see how that's going. So that can give you a bit of evasion, the Skull Bomb. So that taps things down. That's a combat trick. Okay, these things get to be indestructible for an oil counter. That's quite good. Glider. It's quite nice. So yeah, a few toxic things. We'll just look at red just to get an idea of what we might be missing out on. There is a Hex Gold Slash. Good removal spell. Magmatic Sprinter is pretty good for the oil deck. That can put oil on lots of things. Molten Rebuke is a 5 mana removal, and we've got Hazardous Blast as well to make everything unblockable. Right, first of all, let's get this down to 40 cards. It is a Proliferate deck, so I'm thinking maybe I drop a Quicksilver Fisher, but you don't really want to drop a flying creature. But yeah, I think in this case maybe we do. So that's definitely, that looks like a playable deck to me. Got a decent number of 2-drops. And we just got to establish, can we splash for Necrogen, Rot Priest and Tainted Observer and improve the deck by doing so. If we get rid of anything that isn't toxic or proliferate or an amazing bomb, that's proliferate. We could drop that. Okay, that's oil, so it benefits from proliferate, but it is just another big creature for 5 mana. That's a bomb, 100%. That's got proliferate. Bone Picker Scourge. I think you'd swap this for the Tainted Observer, basically. That seems quite good. We could drop it, that's fine. That does proliferate. That's potentially a bomb that gets to copy something, like could copy an Archfiend at the Dross. Voidwing Hybrid's good. Removal's good. Proliferate's good. Proliferate. But yeah, that's kind of a bomb. That's really good. Don't actually need these escaped experiments. We can make a cut there. That's got proliferate, removal, and that does scrying. So it gets oil counters, so it's got the benefit from proliferate. It could, maybe that's absolutely fine. So the kind of things we'd want to add are these two. And I would say Contagious Vorrac. And there's room for 2 more cards. But it looks like we're just splashing green. That's the only problem. So putting your mana fixing in green doesn't really make any sense at all. So but that's another proliferate card, another removal card. It could be quite good. Couple of long legs does proliferate. Yeah, maybe another removal card in green could be good. Or maybe we add these 2 mana fixing things. Maybe we don't need Ruthless Predation so much. Maybe no need for Carnivorous Canopy. Just keep the Vorrac to try and make land drops. Because we might have to do a big Blue Sun's Twilight at some point in the game. What else have we left out that's good? The Edifice, Infectious Inquiry is quite good. Don't know if we can splash white for this, but it's a nice idea. yeah, we can leave those out probably. So yeah, that looks like a deck. I think that it might do the job. We'll see. I think I'll call that end of part 1, and I'll have a little think about this deck. But yeah, obviously, from seeing the rares, blue-black absolutely seems to be on the cards. But yeah, seeing the uncommons, green seemed to be pretty good as well. Alright, yeah, end of part 1. Thanks for watching so far. Okay, I'm back after a bit of tinkering with the deck. So this is what I've come up with. We're playing the 2 mana fixing cards because we are going 3 colours. We've got the Prism and the Atlas. And I think it's worth playing Contagious Vorrac. So it looks like it might be it's a mana fixing card, so why am I splashing green for a mana fixing card? But it's helping me hit my land drops. If I whiff, I can use it to proliferate. We are a proliferate deck. And it's an efficient creature. It's 3/3 for 3 mana, so I like it. I think it's worth playing. The other option I was considering, if we did want to drop these 2, we could play Bonepicker's Scourge, because we don't have a huge amount of poison in the deck. So I am usually avoiding the corrupted cards here, but that's a 2/2 flyer for 3 is not bad. It might get sort of upgraded. We've got 3 poisoning creatures, and I could go for Carnivorous Canopy as well, which also can proliferate things. That would be a nice extra removal spell. I've decided to put Ambulatory Edifice in the deck. I think this is going to be pretty useful. There's quite a few one-toughness creatures, so this can pick something off for 2 life. I think that's a good deal. And yeah, we're keeping Whisper of the Dross. I think having both of these, so sometimes you'll be able to play this and use Whisper of the Dross to take out a 2 toughness creature. Not very often, but it could happen. And for the mana base, I've made sure in the lands we've got 9 potential sources of blue, and 9 of black. So we can play our 1-drops and 2-drops pretty consistently. And then green, we just have 4 sources in the lands, and then we've got the 2 mana fixing artifacts. So 6 sources means we'll have green mana by turn 5, 90% of the time. And I'm willing to accept that. I want to be just consistent with blue and black. I don't want to sacrifice that consistency to get my green mana earlier. So I'm pretty happy with that. If we look at the mana curve here, got 9 2-drops, so we're a bit low on creatures, 14 creatures. Usually you want 17. We're playing a few more removal spells and a couple of card draw spells because they've got Proliferate on there. So we do have this creature which comes back from the graveyard when we Proliferate. So it seems reasonable. Yeah, so I think it's an okay mana curve. I think I might change the sleeve here. This sort of seems appropriate for the Phyrexians. Yeah, I think it's going to struggle with that. Okay. Try again. It really doesn't like me changing the sleeve. There we go. I think we just want to get straight into it. Yeah, there are more poison cards I could put in, like Infectious Inquiry, but I don't. It's not all about poison. We've got a mixture of oil and poison in this deck. It's definitely the Proliferate deck we're going for. And we are in best of 3 today, so we can sideboard and maybe put in that green removal spell that takes out flyer, artifact, or enchantment. Okay, play first. Right, we've got a Terramorphic Expanse, that's good. Experimental Augury. Mercurial Spelldancer. So that's good, that's an unblockable creature we can play on turn 2. We've got black spells, so this is probably... we could play this now. It's kind of natural to play the tap land on turn 1. But if we do that, we're definitely going for a swamp. You can't. What you could do is 2 islands, play the Augury to look for a swamp, which might also be good. In fact, let's actually do that. Thinking of our mana situation, but we'll definitely play Spelldancer on turn 2. And there's a reason why we need green mana. Okay, cool. So there's the Spelldancer. And of course this will get a token from our Augury. Possibly even 2 tokens. Oh, he has a really good rare. Okay, that's going to make a 1/1 might every single turn. That's very scary indeed. We play this now. I can do this in his turn, but I'll do this now. Just so this should get 2 counters, I think, which is pretty exciting. Okay, we found Darkslick Shores and 2 amazingly good cards. We have to take the land. Now this means we can counter a spell, right? This can't be blocked. I mean, I commented on him getting his rare on turn 2. I got my rare on turn 2 as well, so seems reasonable. Okay, if it deals combat damage, that's when you can remove the oil counters. So we'll decline that. And we'll end the turn. But yeah, turn 2 Skrelv's Hive is going to be hard for me to deal with. And interestingly, this is going to be a tap land, so I possibly misplayed a little bit there, because this is going to be tapped next turn. So I won't have access to black mana. I played the Terramorphic Expanse too early. I should have played the spell first and to see what I would get. Okay, he's using his removal on this. A good decision, I think. Okay, and we're going to look for the forest now. So we'll play a Tainted Observer next turn. Let's see if he's got removal spell number 2. They usually do. He could have a combat trick like Titanic Growth, so I might not want to block a Might if he does attack with it. Okay, this can blow up artifacts and enchantments. That's a lot of things, isn't it? Wow. Obviously he got that for free, but yeah, it was just a double spell. He cast his 2 creatures because this is obviously helping him ramp out. Okie doke. So we can't we can't Whisper of the Dross and kill something. But I could do a full cost Annihilating Glare to take out the Raptor. Just so I can get this through to do some toxic damage. And then play a Lattice-Blade Mantis. Okay. We'll do that. Doesn't feel great, but we need to get him a poison counter so our Proliferate, there can be a point to proliferating things. And we're going to get smacked pretty hard here, but hopefully it is worth the pain. We'll see what his follow-up is. He's got 1 card left. Now we could do 2 spells here, but we've got to remember we can proliferate every time we cast a creature for 2. Because now we've got 6 mana, we can Lattice Blade and Proliferate, which arguably might be better than double spelling. But let's go for it. Let's a nice big chunky blocker. Let's pay 2. Submit. Get him to 3 poison. So I think we're not playing any corrupted cards, but it's certainly something. And we'll see. He's going with his mites and this. Obviously, we don't want to trade off with this. We'll force a potential combat trick out of his hand. He may have something. We'll see. And we're up to 4 poison, so we're corrupted now. It's another land for him. We want to hit 7 land before we play the Scrap Trap, so we can proliferate with it. So I'll play a Thrummingbird and proliferate. Now this guy can untap when it attacks, which is really cool. So that's what we'll do. We can put his life total under some threat as well. Yep. He might chump block with the elf. He does. That's 5 poison. We're on 4 poison. We could just take out a mite, put him on 6 poison. And it reduces the amount of poison attacking, poison attacks coming in. Which could be important. This, of course, does eat away at him. It's 1 life point a turn. He's got another chump blocker. Okay, we can... right, I think we have to block a Might. We can take 4 damage. He could have Titanic Growth, but then that'll leave us on 1 life. So let's go for that. Figure out if this can kill anything. Is anything I've got an artifact or no? Okay. That's a really good draw. But we've got to pay 2 life points. Just trying to think. He's got red. Is there a red direct damage spell? I think there is one that does 3 damage. But also, that's going to be 7 poison, 8 poison. 9 poison. We could just play this as a blocker, because paying 2 life might kill us. He's... right, so let's see, 5, 7, 8... yeah, he has to chump block here, so this isn't an effective attacker for him. Let's untap that. And I could have blown that up with the Edifice. I didn't think of that. But I am thinking about an instant speed 3 damage spell, I suppose. Which he'd have probably used on the Observer by now, you would think. So, this... I feel like this could kill me, so... I'm gonna just play the Scrap Trap. That puts him on 9 poison. If we had 1 more land, we'd have been able to win that turn. Can he do get a surprise win here? No. I'm pretty sure there's a red spell for 3 mana that does 3 damage to any target, so I think not playing the Edifice is probably the right call. He has a really good artifact, so if we look at my cards here, I have the Carnivorous Canopy. And I'll drop a Contagious Vorrac for that. He certainly has targets with that've got 1 toughness point. He did have a flyer there, so thinking defensively, maybe I should drop the Vorrac and play the Bone Picker Scourge to have another flying blocker. Well, it's not great, is it? No black mana. We drew all the blue. We drew 1 green. We have Carnivorous Canopy to defend ourselves with, so if he does get a turn 2 Skrelv's Hive, we can blow it up. That's the good news. I sort of think this is playable. Many would not. I I'd rather have land than not have land, and just try and rely on top decking some action. So yeah, it's risky, but I'm going to keep this one. I may live to regret doing that. If he's got a fast start, like Evolving Adaptive turn 1. Which is not something I can blow up with Carnivorous Canopy. That's a really fast start, and that's a nice 3/2 creature on turn 2. Okay, Shoulder's Edict we cannot cast. Never mind. We will go next. That is Phyrexian Fungus. So, 1 drop, 2 drop. Sort of the perfect rollout. Yeah, even better. Vorrac on turn 3. Yeah, I'm getting absolutely destroyed here. And he's gonna swing for 6. He's gonna swing for 9 or 10 next turn. Possibly dead next turn. It's not looking like a good decision to keep this hand, but not a lot of hands could deal with this, maybe. I feel like. Okay, we will Augury. We'll try and find a swamp. It's right there on top. We can cut down. Submit 0. We don't want to do that. It's another swamp. Okay, Shoulder's Edict. Just do that right away. Non-token creature. Just got to make sure you pick the right one with this one. There is potential for completely messing up. So, hopefully we do not die this turn. But he has, yeah, he went 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop. That's usually going to be pretty good. Good rollout. Prophetic Prism. I'm just thinking about what I could possibly sacrifice an artifact. That's interesting, isn't it? Because we could play the Prism. Yeah, we can play the Prism. Draw a card. Not much good. Okay, good game. So yeah, we could blow something up, but we still get hit for 7. We will concede that and not give away information on what's in our deck. We kept a bad opening hand, but it was a bad. I like a bad hand with 5 lands is the kind that I like to keep. I like to roll the dice on, because at least you're making your land drops, and you might top deck something good. That's my reasoning. I think Carnivorous Canopy might. Well, no, this blows up his bomb, doesn't it? Okay, let's keep the Carnivorous Canopy. I do think we drop Bone Picker Scourge and we put our friend the Vorrac back in, because it's more of a ground-based assault we're facing. Also, I'm aware in best of 3 there's no hand smoothing algorithm, so you can get really terrible hands a lot more often. So that makes me a bit more worried about mulliganing when I've got something that's playable. Okay, well this is literally a 6-land hand with a removal spell. Do I stick to my guns and say, right, I'm going to make a land drop every turn. I've got every colour of mana. I just need to top deck some action. I've got 1 removal spell I can do on turn 2. I'm going to stick to my guns and keep this one. It's terrible again, but I've obviously not learnt my lesson. I've got all 3 colours of mana, so to me, that's something. I just need to top deck. Like a demon. And we top decked a swamp. Okay. So how much land have we had out of the deck? That's 7 land. There is 10 more land in there. But it's a 66% chance that we're going to hit our something that isn't a land. So I'm not going to edict this yet, because that's on 1 toughness. Oh my god. Yeah, a 1 non-land card opening, we top deck 2 land. It's bound to happen, I suppose. But this is usually not the kind of mulligan decision I have to make. Usually it's the 2 land one. So we could force him to lose the adaptive here. Let's do an edict now. So sacrifice a non-token creature, please. Probably could have gone for that in response to the Vorrac. So maybe this is just more dangerous now, because it's going to be 3/3 next turn. Oh, did he? Yes. That effect still went off, and he proliferated and made it a 3/3. So, okay, I think we've got to Augury now before we play a land. Oh my god. You just have to laugh. At least we got these 3 land off the top of my deck. But that's... Let's count up here just for a bit of fun. 5, 8, 11. 11 land in the first 13 cards. I chose to keep 6 land. And it gave me 5 more and 1 card in the... So just so that we're keeping score, let's look at the battlefield. I think I want another island. Submit 0. We do not want to give him another counter. I'm going to play, let's see, a swamp. So, yes. Top 11 cards. No, top 13 cards, because we just put 2 on the bottom. And meanwhile, he is just... Well, I guess he played this turn 2, didn't he? Well, we've got our ramp card. Wow. We're really going to do a lot with that. Great. Okay, so yeah, top 14 cards. $11 land. Okay, 7 damage, I guess. Should I have mulliganed? Maybe. It's starting to look like I should have mulliganed, but with 2020 hindsight, I wasn't expecting 5 land in the top 6. But it happens. So let's just recalculate. 5, 9, 2 are on the bottom. So there's 6 more land that could be on top. Potentially, right? So 6 in 26. So it's now a 75% chance of getting a non-land card. My odds are improving. We kind of need a Wrath of God at this stage, though. Annihilating Glare. Good. Does that save me? I like how he's managed to get Evolving Adaptive turn 1 in the previous game, turn 2 this game. But, yeah. That's the biggest creature. We'll take it out. So what have you learned? I think maybe we have to mulligan those 6 land hands. I'm not sure about... I'm still not convinced about 5 land hands. I think maybe those are playable. But my deck really was refusing to cooperate there. That was absolutely horrendous. So, probably going for another 0-2 here. We did get 1 win, so that's nice. I get some progress towards my my 4 wins each day that I want to get. But it might be a quick one. We'll only get 200 gems. My plan is to play Draft. Try to get back up to 2,000 gems. And then maybe I have a chance tomorrow to play another Sealed before it runs out. I think it's 24 hours left. We're getting lucky, though, with playing first. We have the Contagious Vorrac hand without green mana, but we have Experimental Augury to find a forest, and we have 1 removal spell. I think this is 100% a keep. If I'm going to keep a 6 land hand, obviously I'm keeping this one. But I think my alteration is I still keep a 5 land hand. I think you should mulligan the 6 land hand. But I also got I feel like I got unlucky there. I mean, honestly, I think I did. Right. Augury, I guess, at the end of his turn. I mean, we have an actual creature we can play on turn 5 with any luck. Is this going to be a blue-red spells deck? Can this guy make it work? Hitting a forest here would be amazing. It's a Terramorphic Expanse or a Phyrexian Atlas. This digs a forest out of the deck, which is good in the future. This actually ramps, so I get the Gulping Scrap Trap a turn earlier. So that might be good for putting a bit of pressure on my opponent. This is the perfect time for an Atlas, right? So I think we take the Atlas. We've got 2 lands in hand anyway. Submit 0. It's an island. I don't think there's a 1 mana counterspell. Or if it is, it's the... we could play Edifice here. Now let's play the Scrap Trap. Wait. Now let's... we can hold this until if he play, because he might play a 1 toughness creature. Then we've got the Whisper of the Dross, Ambulatory Edifice combo. If he plays a 2 toughness creature. What we'd like, though, is a counter on my side of the board somewhere, because we've got a handful of Proliferate and no way of getting poison counters. Well, he's hit his 3 colours of mana. Ichorplate Golem has 3 toughness. Never mind. Pumps that to 1-4. Okay. So we play a Vorrac. We could play the Scrap Trap right now to get a 4/4 creature. I think 3/3 is good enough here, and I just want another land. Oh, there's loads of land. We don't have to take that tap land for any reason. There's I think we take a swamp. We've just got 4 land off the top, by the way, so that's good. We play the island here, and then we've got another augury we can do. And we could even play Whisper of the Dross if he decides to. For some reason, he decides to attack this, but. Right, 1/4 flyer. So he's got a lot of very tough creatures. So it looks like my Ambulatory Edifice might be frustrated here. That's also going to go up to 2/5. That's definitely a target for my green removal card that I can sideboard in. Right, let's Augury now. Right, we like this guy. Voidwing Hybrid. Submit 0. We play the swamp. Okay, I've got a little cheeky little plan here. I think attack with the Vorrac. Because I can do 2 damage to something. He's going to let that through. Yep, he is rightfully suspicious. Right, I can't block his flyer, but I can threaten a swing back. And we're getting a bit outnumbered on the board here, so we're just going to play this guy. We're not going to reduce anything by -1/-1. It's just another body. Decline. And end turn. Glistener Seer is doing a really good job for him. I do have one in my deck as well. Well, blows up an artifact. Let's see if he wants to blow up my artifact. I guess he does. Well, that's an artifact creature. That's a good point. Hard to tell what's a Phyrexian and what's an artifact creature in this. Now, Voidwing Hybrid blocks here. And then we Whisper of the Dross and kill it. And then we get Voidwing Hybrid back. That's a plan I'm on board with. Okay. How much damage does he want to do? Okay. Take out Ichorplate Golem. Get back the hybrid. So it goes back down to 1-4. Right, so my feeling here, we swing in with the Vorrac again. We're getting through with for 3 damage. We want to play a land. We just counter mana here, 5, 6, 7. We could Scrap Trap. Or we could wait on the Scrap Trap. Okay, well this is only going to kill a 2/2 creature without much effect. I will just play my... Do I want to play my Scrap Trap? I could draw a card off this as well. These can hit for 8 damage, by the way, which is pretty scary. But this can pressure the board, puts 4 more power on the board. I can get a 2-turn clock. So I think it seems like I'm wasting the Proliferate thing here, but I think on balance, let's pressure the board because we're in a bit of a race here. Two cards left. Got to remember this can pump if I'm corrupted. In fact, I can pump. So yeah, he doesn't want to let me swing in with this. That's fair enough. So I think Vorrac, Scrap Trap, swing in. Okay. Next. You know what? I should have played this first, so when this dies, I get the Proliferate trigger. I didn't think about that. Never mind. Okay, it's going to trade off with that one as well. Seems reasonable. Might have made a different blocking decision if I had played this first, of course. So he's got 2 cards left. We can draw off the Dross pits, which is quite nice. He has the battle chair, okay. That's a pretty big deal. Does it have reach? No, it just has, it's a 6/6 trample. We're not going to edict yet, we will sacrifice this. Good draw. So, for these 2 spells, it's going to cost me 7. We play the Swamp. Oh, interestingly, this can take out a token creature. We can, I think we could hold the Annihilating Glare. And then he could spend all his mana equipping this, and then we can blow that up as well. So, opponent sacrifices a creature token. Definitely that's what we want, right? That's either battlefield again. Definitely a creature token, right? Double check. And then we will swing in these 2 guys. Yes, let's do that, because then that's 7 damage and that's potentially lethal next turn. He's gonna block. Okay. Interesting. What the hell's that? So that's going to draw him an oil counter when it dies. Okay, my turn. On balance, I think we just blow this up. He will draw a card off it, but I'll get through for... probably, we'll just go for 6 damage. And we can still do a Blight Belly Rat. Let's decline that option. We don't need a blocker, we don't need an extra point of damage really. He's got 4 cards, 6 mana. 7 to equip the battle chair. So he can turn any creature he gets into something huge. Oh, that's a nice one, so that draws him another card and gets him 3 life. So that's a big draw for him. Blight Belly Rat will faceplant into that. So we want to give this guy 4 toughness, I think. So double block and take out the bigger creature. And he just equips this, and that becomes a 5/7 trample. He's got 3 cards, one of them's a land. Yeah, he doesn't have anything better to do than make a 5/7 trample. Is he going to attack or block? My turn. Ooh, Archfiend of the Dross. Okay. Is he playing white? The card I'm scared of is pacifism. It doesn't have reach. Right, good. This, of course, will make him lose a point of life. We want to do that. Play that. Because I'm not convinced we can just guarantee to win just with this guy. We've got to reveal the fact we have an Archfiend of the Dross as well. If he's got a card that makes this lose all of its oil counters, that would be very bad. No, he just kills it. Just like that. So he had a removal card. Guess he doesn't want to use a removal on this because I keep getting it back. Oh no. Oh. Yeah. Okay, yeah. The standard Planeswalker that every opponent has. I'm exaggerating. It's only 50% of them, and he's going to kill all of my creatures. Oh, okay. Seems reasonable. Right. Okay. And then we're going to die from this guy in four turns? Three turns. That comes back though. That's very helpful. So this guy gets to do that when he comes into play because he's a 5 mana. Let's just X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. X the greatest power amongst creatures you control. Nice. Okie doke. Well, let's tap. What else does he do? Because I'm a bit worried he can pump something up. 3/3 beast. You can make. And you can add 2 mana for creature spells or abilities. Okay. Okay, we've got a game on our hands here, definitely. Oh, we need to spend this on green mana. That was a very nearly messed up there. We want to play this guy first, I think, because then we can Voidwing and Proliferate. May as well get him another poison counter. Yeah, I think so. And next, end turn. So presenting lethal in the air, he has 2 cards. This can't do any more damage. He can get through with. He's got 5 power trampler. If he could have the green Howl from Beyond effect to give it +6, +7, +7. So that would be 12. I mean, that's the worst case scenario, but that would be 12 trample damage at instance. You could do that at instant speed. Oh, and that's for creature abilities. Furnace Strider gets haste as well. So that's 9 damage. He has 1 card in hand. I only need 1 of these to win, right? Because this does a point of damage. I want to block the most damage I can, so I'm going to block the Furnace Strider with this guy. Or, no, I block that guy because it doesn't have trample. So that's going to block 4 damage. I'm going to take 5. Yeah, worst case scenario it is +4/+4, so he could do 9 damage with that. Okay, I think that's what I do. This doesn't have trample, right? What have I missed here? Well, you could have a removal spell for this, but then I think I lose anyway, whatever I do. Could have a cheap reach creature, I suppose. Because this was only 9 damage. And it's going to draw a card off that. Okay. So, but I had to play around potential pump spells and things. Yeah. Okay, we did get him there. That was a struggle. Okay. Right. Let's go to green. So he's got the battle chair. That's quite a target for Carnivorous Canopy. It's an oil deck. He had a lot of flyers early on, so that's also a good reason for that card. And I think I'll go for the Bone Picker Scourge because that can get Death Touch and can block his flyers. I'm not sure it's a great idea, but yeah, we'll go for that. We'll go for that. Just going to double check everything's working. Yeah, good. Well, this is a 1-land hand. We really don't like these ones. So we're going to mulligan, even though we've got a Prophetic Prism. We are drawing an extra card. You could, like, that could be an argument, but I think we mulligan this one. And now it's a 2-land hand, which is, and it's both swamps. It's terrible, but I think because we're drawing the extra card, we have to keep it. I think we've got a chance at playing a 3-drop creature. Well, it's horrendous, but let's keep it. Blue Sun's Twilight is not going to be happening because it's double blue. The other ones are... I mean, we've got a couple of the green cards. It's going to be hard to hit a green source of mana, unfortunately. It's an argument that you go down to 5 with a hand like this. But this is the... showing the kind of diverse hands you can get, I think, with that's really, really amazingly good in terms of a top deck, getting a forest. So we can now cast potentially 2 more things if we get 1 more land. Yeah, we're seeing a few more diverse hands because there is no hand smoothing algorithm going on. We just have to play the Edifice here as a blocker. We can't sort of hold it in our hand for a good moment. Decline, please. Decline. But we hit that 4th land, another forest, so we can get a nice big creature out. We can get a Rot Priest out. That's gone. Okay. Right, so this is aggressive. This is a big wall, basically. If he's got... See, this has 3 toughness. If he's playing red, he could have the 3 damage burn spells. This actually survives a Hex Gold Slash because it's got 5 toughness. I think so. I think we go a bit more defensive. We go for the Rot Priest here. has a slightly higher chance of surviving, but he's got 3 cards left. He's hit his colours. He's probably thinking I drafted out all of the blue cards. And he's got his big creature. Okay. Lucky old him. Nice. We top deck our swamp. We have 5 mana. We can do a full cost Annihilating Glare on the 5/5 flyer. And unfortunately, he draws 2 cards from this. It's an absolutely amazing card, I've got to say. That's ridiculously good. So I think this is going to be hard to win. Okay, I only have 11 minutes left. That's the other problem I have. I spend far too long on my games, and I'm going to time out. I find if I haven't been playing as much this week, and when I stop playing for a bit, I really slow down. Well, he's got his other amazing late game card, so we are a little bit stuffed here. This guy could... what can we do? What can we do? This thing could get Death Touch. Alright, this is my plan. Tainted Observer, and we block and we give it Death Touch. I think that is the best we can do here. But the next thing, he just puts the battle chair on the next thing, of course. That's the beauty of the battle chair. Okay, then we have to remember to do this. We still take 3 damage. He's got to spend 7 mana to reapply this. He's got another flyer. Okay, sure. So, we had a dodgy opening hand, 2 swamps. We've actually top decked the correct lands. But it's not really done enough good. He's had a much better rollout. It's because he's hit 3 big threats, and he's also hit the right mana for it. And that is just enough to kill you. And we're not getting through his defense line here to try and get him corrupted to give this thing Death Touch, unfortunately. That's not quite happening. Okay, we'll play this. Might as well. We could be attacking with the priest and giving him Death Touch, but then he's swinging back and hitting me for loads of damage. We could concede this one early and try and win the last game in 10 minutes. Because he's just had a beautiful rollout here of just threats I can't do much about. I left out my Quicksilver Fishes because it is double blue. It's a bit harder to cast if you're going 3 colours. Obviously he's managed to do that. That's getting the battle chair. Yeah. We're taking, it looks like 10 damage. That's got trample. I can't even kill it if I block with everything. We'll just take 10 damage. Sure, why not? Try and top deck something amazing. Right. We can copy our flyer and double block. We can put 8 toughness in front of that and give the Rock Priest Death Touch. This is probably stupid. I'm just revealing the fact I've got this guy. Yeah. But I've not played it before, so let's see how it works. I get another flyer. I could attack with this, but I won't. Then he just has to attack with everything next turn, and he just wins. So we ought to concede here, 100%, because I've got no cards in hand. I've kind of demonstrated the fact. Okay, we'll concede there with the Luca. It does... So that's going to do 6 damage to all my creatures, I think. So we've got 9 minutes to try and win this one. Let's just go for it. Oh, have I put an extra card in and forgot to take one out. I'm 41 cards. Never mind. Yeah, probably another 0-2, but that's... I don't know, I'm getting used to it in these traditional sealed. I mean, last time I had a technical problem, so I was 1 game up and the computer crashed. So I lost. That's how I lost the first match. Right, but at least the good news is my computer has not crashed. We've got a lot of blue and no blue mana here. We might get a turn 3 Edifice if we draw a card. It's a dodgy... Maybe it's a dodgy keep. Okay, I'm gonna mulligan this. I think I want to see another hand. Okay, that's better. We've hit all our mana colours. That's perfect. I think Scrap Trap would be nice. I think we'll drop a Swamp. I think we can survive on 3 mana. We get our 2-drop, we get our 3-drop, and then maybe we'll draw into more lands if we're lucky. Right, return the... It's a Swamp. Return the Swamp. 3 land, hopefully good enough. But yeah, it might be the first time... No, probably... It feels like the first time I've seen all 3 colours in the opening hand. You won't see it that often when you're splashing... I think only 4 sources of green. Yeah, we want to play... Yeah, obviously the tap land first. There's the Seer. Okay. Let's play the Rat. It's a good opener, I think. Just scry for the first 3 turns and fix the top of your deck. Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, swing in with the Rat, see if he blocks. He's going to block. Very good news. And then we Edifice and kill that thing. So this is starting to look like a good start. We've hit a 4th land as well. Edifice actually gets to kill something. We hope. He's hit his 3 land anyway. He had time for a scry, so I guess that wins. We don't have double black, unfortunately. Yeah, we don't attack with the Rat here, but we do attack with the Edifice. See if he wants to trade off. No. Tainted Observer. So I can't say I've completely missed out on my rares. I've got my Archfiend. I did play it at the end of one of the other games. The other game I won. In the other match, I think. Okay, right. He's just gonna remove that one. Fair enough. Okay, we've got a Thrummingbird. I think we will swing in with the Edifice again. He's down to 2 cards. Is he going to trade off? Looks like it. Fair enough. And there's a Thrummingbird. Good defensive flyer, I think. 3 mana for a 1/4 flyer. And then, you know, with that option to trade with tougher things. Seems pretty good. So he's hit 5 land. He's got Seed Core. He's got Luca. So he can't do the nuke, right? Because he needs a creature to do the nuke, right? Okay, we will... yeah, non-creature spells will get me stuff. Hit Luca. You've seen Luca all 3 games, I think. Which is nice for him. 1 land. He's got 1 card left. Is it a battle chair? No, he's drawing a card. So he'll need a land. Oh no, wait, he's got the... Oh, the battle chair's an artifact. He's going to use the mana to play a big creature. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to take 3 damage from that and 1 toxic. Take that on the chin. Never mind. Is Thrummingbird realistically going to go on the defense? I've got to look at my time. I've only got 6 minutes left. I don't think I can make... Oh wait, no. I can do this. And then this guy gets... Okay, Whisper of the Dross. We've got that for... That's quite nice, but we need our Archfiend. So we're going to grab that. Proliferate is good. Play that. Hopefully kill him and get in there. Take lots of damage, but we've got options next turn. So looks like we're taking 7 or 8 here. No blocks. Right, I think we could play Scrap Trap as a sort of defensive option here. This copies a instant or sorcery. Yeah, I think don't go straight for the thingy. This can soak up the first removal spell, right? And we're gonna just go in with these 2 guys. Decline. So yeah, when it does combat damage, that's when you can take the thing off. So if we're really lucky, we can double up on a big removal spell. So that's getting to 4/4. We'll block like that. Oh, he's only attacking with that. That's good news. A bit worried about my life total right now. It's another Gulping Scrap Trap. Yeah, let's keep going with these. Let's do some more with that. Let's swing in with these. No, decline. 4 minutes left. And we've got the Archfiend still in our back pocket. There's the battle chat. Okay. Okay. We've got, let's see, 6 mana. I think we can Prism to draw a card. Phyrexian Atlas isn't quite what we want to see. We're going to have to, yeah, swing in like this with these 2 guys. Oh, I kind of messed up there. So the Archfiend has oil counters that you want to proliferate. Decline. 3 minutes left. So I guess these 2 could double block that, and then I've still got the Archfiend. He's going to discard that to try and find an answer. 1/7. Oh, he's got a big flyer to block with. Okay. Not attacking. Okay. Conceding. Oh, that's nice of him. I actually get a victory there. So that was, I had a mulligan decision there that was challenging, I think. Or was it? No, I think it was game 2 I had the challenging mulligan. So 1 lander, then a 2 lander, a 2 swamper. We're off the mark. Oh my god, it's been a long time, it feels like, since I had a match win in traditional sealed. So that'll get us to 500 gems, which is nice. On to the next one. They had the green-red Planeswalker in that one. That was quite a powerful one. I think it was he could come into play, do a one-way sweeper, an amount of damage equal to the highest power he had on the field, which seems very powerful to me. Okay, blue-green, no black. We get to do a Blue Sun's Twilight this game, maybe. So this looks like a good one. It's a slow hand. It's going to be turn 3 before I get something, and I'm going to keep drawing islands. Okay, that's good. That'll be a turn 4 play for me. Rolling Chorus, he's just top decked. He's got green as well. Okay, and there's the swamp. Beautiful. So I can start with a Tainted Observer, and we'll see if he can blow it up. Otherwise, I can get in and poison him, Blight Belly Rat, and Proliferate. I don't know if that's the best move, but it's certainly quite good. So, he can obviously upgrade a combat trick into a removal spell if I block, so I don't want to do that. I'll have to take the poison counter, and I'll have to use... Ooh, hello. So let's see if he's got instant speed removal for this. It's feeling like he does. Okay, no. And Blight Belly Rat plus Proliferate. Seems good. Still got Blue Sun's Twilight in the back pocket. That's getting blown up. Alright. And he gets to Proliferate. Fair enough. It does take him a bit of effort to do that. Doesn't get to build up his board at all this turn, which is good news. I think the rats may be getting through. We'll see if he's got a combat trick. He doesn't want to get to Corrupted, it looks like. Interesting. So we want this, so we've got double black, and we'll play this. And the ridiculous mode on Blue Sun's Twilight is when you have 7 mana available, so we can actually do that in 2 turns. Steal something and copy it. And that's a small creature. Let's attack. Yeah, we'll remove the first oil counter. Bit more damage. If he's got the +2/+2 combat trick, we could survive that. And then we'll go Archfiend at the Dross. Oh yeah, that thing doesn't block as well. That's a good point. Good, right. Yeah. So that was, I think, a 4-lander, wasn't it? 3 islands and 1 forest, with a 3-drop that we could cast. So we didn't see a lot out of his deck there. It's white-green I think Contagious Vorrac is probably the thing we'll keep. He might have some flyers. I'll just click done. We'll just double check what's going on here. He might put his flyer removal card in his deck because he's seen Archfiend of the Dross. Oh wait, he already played it in that game to kill my my Tainted Observer. So he's playing it main deck anyway. It's another one-lander. I'm going second, so you are drawing the extra card. But even so, I think a one-lander you have to mulligan. We've got 2-drop, 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 2-drop. We've got 5 2-drops. But we need to top deck an island, basically. I think it's too risky. Some people will keep this, I think, and roll the dice. Okay, well, that's more reasonable. 3 lands. We've got the Archfiend in the opener. Necrogen Rot Priest. So if we top deck a forest, we can play this. So let's keep 6. And because we don't have a forest in the opener, I think the Vorrac goes. Because, yeah, if we can get that, just get extra green mana, we're good. Okay, he's got black in the deck. There's the Crawling Chorus. We haven't hit the second swamp for Archfiend, so we might have a difficult choice between grabbing a swamp. Oh, there's a swamp. No, we're lucky. Okay, I'll swing in. Did he just get stuck on 2 land? Because he definitely went first. Okay, I'll use Augury end of turn. Okay, we'll pump that to 2/2. Augury, we're going to look for a green source. Terramorphic Expanse will do the job. Phyrexian Atlas will do the job, and it will sort of ramp my mana up. Spelldancer is pretty good, but it costs 3 to do this. Well, let's go for the cheap version. Because we kind of want to do things for the next 2 turns. Submit 0. We're not doing any counters. We'll go ahead and hit with the rat. And yeah, we're playing the Archfiend this turn. We'll see if he's got the removal card for it. One problem could be pacifism on this guy, and I just eventually lose to his loss condition, running out of all counters. Okay, Proliferate. Let's do it. So I get a 5th oil counter. So the Proliferate might keep me alive. We top deck a forest. That's really good. So we can play Rot Priest this turn. We're just going to swing in with this guy. Is there an instant speed spell? Well, Titanic Growth would get this to 6/6, but then I've got Whisper of the Dross. got Titanic Growth. Very good. That is unfortunate. I just win. Oh yeah, his creature died as well. I'll play the Rot Priest. I've got nothing left, but right, he's playing creatures, that's good news. Oh, Blue Sun's Twilight is devastating. So yeah, we need to pay 4 mana to steal the Plague Nurse. Absolutely ridiculous. This is what people usually do to me in Sealed. They get 2 or 3 ridiculous rares. Nice. That's what I was hoping the deck could do. 2 wins is pretty nice in Sealed. Okay, I get 20 gems because I've already got 4 fables. I see. I understand. Right. So, yeah, 2 wins gets you. It's a big jump here. 500 gems to 1200. So that's very. I feel very relaxed once I've got to 2 wins. It's most of the entry fee sort of paid back, and now I can do another sealed actually after this one. Maybe the deck wasn't so bad after all. It's amazing how tough the first 2 matches can be in this, and then suddenly it throws you just through random chance, I guess. You get a good opening hand, and your opponent doesn't, and they can't keep up with you. Still, that second match was quite a tough one. Could have gone either way. Could easily have been a 0-2, this one. Okay. Currently waiting, 1 minute 20. Not so many people in the queue, I'm guessing. Oh, there we go. There we go. Traditional sealed. You've kind of got to dig into the interface a little bit to find the traditional sealed. Might also mean you face tougher opposition. This is a great 3-island hand because we've got Glistening Seer to scry, Augury to dig. We've got a 2-drop, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is great. Turn 1 Glistening Seer. That's a thing. First time we've seen Glistening Seer. Okay, some kind of mulligan decision happening, I think. Something went back in the deck, it looks like. Or no, he mulligan. I think that little shuffle is a mulligan. He's on 5 cards. He did 2 mulligans. We're definitely doing Thrummingbird, and that can keep this guy topped up with tokens, which is nice. Blue, red. Maybe an oil deck. What's on top? It's another Augury. I say we keep it. We'll do this now. Okay, that is too expensive. Put that to the bottom. We need to try and hit these lands. I'm going to swing with Thrummingbird to put another oil token on. I'm going to... Do I want to Augury? Yeah, I want to Augury in case I hit a tap land. We found a forest, we found Prophetic Prism. Which one do we go for? Let's go for the forest because it's helping me make my land drops. And then we've still got more chances to find the swamp. He's going to hit his three colours in 3 turns. It's not standard. Oh no! It's 2 colours. That's a tap land for blue. So this is I do have one of these. I decided I'm not going. I don't have enough artifacts to justify it. So we'll do that little thing again. We'll activate. See what's on top. Lattice-Blade Mantis is great. Okay, so we want to draw that. We're not going to play Experimental Augury. It's a bit awkward and bad, but we're going to do that. So we're going to not spend our mana this turn. Hexgold Halberd. Okay, this thing is a 4/2, is it? No. Oh, that becomes a 4/4. That becomes a 2/2 first strike trample. Okay. That gets through. And it's my turn. Right. This doesn't have reach. Okay, I'm going to play this first because I want to proliferate those tokens. So this can trade with his Eye of Malcator if I'm scared about that. It's a wizard. It's an artifact that has to trigger that. So that's a lot of creatures. This is a rare of some kind. Oh, he's going to make that into a 4/4. That piece of equipment. That's very interesting. This gives first strike and trample, but it doesn't have it itself. Do I have to trade off? Oh, so as long as this guy remains on the battlefield as well. That's pretty nasty. I think we've got to trade off for that thing. We're not in a great situation at the moment. And then this guy's going to activate. We're going to scry, try and find the swamp. Okay, it's a flyer that we can cast. That's not the worst. It's a nice little combo, the Seer plus Thrummingbird, but it has been awkward trying to find a swamp. Gone through quite a few cards now, actually. That is another haste creature. That's pretty horrendous. At least it's not an artifact. What does this thing do? That's non-creature spells gives this an oil counter. I know for 7 mana, discard your hand and draw 4. 1 less to activate for each oil counter on the Vindictive Flamestoker. Okay, we're taking 4, we're down to 12. Kind of need that swamp sooner rather than later. Let's activate that. Keep finding things we can cast on top, which we want to cast. Dross Pits will do. It's tap land, but one question is, is there anything for 2 mana we could find with Augury? You see, I could have done this first before I play the tap land, because I could have looked for an untapped swamp, and then I'd have been able to play the edifice. That's a little oversight on my part, but never mind. Let's see what we can do with the Augury. Oh wait, do we want to hit him and give him some poison? This might be 100% necessary as a blocker. I really, really want to hit him. But yeah, I think we've got to be realistic and... Okay, Whisper of the Dross. Gulping Scrap Trap is a good blocker. I can have next turn. I think we need the big blocker. 1/1 isn't going to be any good other than for chump blocking. May as well put another token on. This has got to stay back and block. That can obviously, yeah, this can give something else haste, which is pretty scary. That's going to be a 4/4. That's very scary as well. So this is horrendous, this situation. Right, I guess we'll block the 4/2. This just has to sacrifice itself there. That can block a 2/2. We're going to take 10 damage. This is the problem with just not getting your mana sorted out quickly. He has had quite a rollout of creatures. Yeah, just really a handful of black creatures. We should look at the timer. That's the mistake I kind of made in previous rounds, because this is feeling a bit concedable now. We're on 2 life. We can sort of hold off on his forces a bit here. See what that can do. We can't attack anymore. It's funny how scrying every turn has not done enough to help me. That's another haster. Oh, it's a haste deck. I think that pushes him over the top. I think. I'm not sure. So we can let one damage through, right? That can go there. Jump block there. Go there, and then we die, right. Yep. We were too slow. But that hand was definitely a keep, 100% of the time. It's just my first black source was very deep in the deck. What was the issue there? Huge creatures was the issue. I think we keep Contagious Vorrac. Actually, he has a quite threatening artifact there. I think we go Carnivorous Canopy and say done. Good chance he's got Battle Chair in that deck as well. That's definitely a good thing to blow up. Okay, it's a 2-island hand this time. We've only got the one Experimental Augury to try and fix the hand. Got something we definitely can't cast. If we can find the swamp, we can Edict. It looks quite slow. But I think the Augury means this is a keep. I'm sure I'll regret it, but we do have Blue Sun's Twilight in the hand. It is a very good card. It could turn things around. It's his Glistener Seer. And Vindictive Flame Stoker. Nice. Well, we found a swamp. Phyrexian Atlas, we can't cast because it's 3 mana. Terramorphic thingy is a bit too slow, so yes, swamp it is. Right, we can play this thing, which is just going to be a 2/2 creature. And it puts a body into play, so I'm going to do that. Even though it's not copying anything right now. It's 3 to equip. Oh, actually it's only 2 to equip, so that's pretty cool. We can steal a 1-drop as well, which is quite funny. Could grab his Vindictive Flame Stoker. That's getting blown up. Fair enough. Okay. It's good. It's a tap land, but we need land. The Edict. The Edict can take out a token creature. You know what? This needs red mana to activate. This thing lets me sacrifice an artifact. It seems funny to steal this guy, so I'm tempted to do it, but this could obviously be much, much more impactful if I wait. It's just you got itchy mana. You want to use your mana to do something, don't you? and we could have stolen this guy as well, which could have been very helpful. So yeah, this is the first strike and trample thingy. And we can just play Archfiend at the Dross. That could be quite good. Then I could equip this with Blade of Shed Souls, which could be risky, and copy Archfiend, because it's not going to get the oil counters. Could be a very funny way to lose the game. And this was only 2 to equip. We could actually equip it and do a Sheoldred's Edict, which is quite nice. Do we have... Well, if we can top deck a land, this is a Proliferate, so that could give this an extra counter. Oh, and the Edict... Yeah, the Edict fuels... is it's what you call a non-creature spell. So that is a very useful thing to have. Right. I think I want to Edict to take out a token. I'm taking too long, aren't I? 17 minutes. Right, Edict, take out a token creature. He's got 3 cards in hand, 5 mana. He's losing 2 life. We're popping this. Oh, we should have equipped that first. Need to have lost 4 life. This is not a legend, right? Little misplay there, I think, but never mind. I think that's a pretty cool thing to do. See what he's got, how he can answer this. He's going to scry. The interesting thing, so he's going to lose 4 life every time a creature dies, which is worth remembering. We might be able to get him next turn, even if he, yeah. It did the trick. Okay. It's not bad. Right. I'll keep those that configuration. Okay, this seems good. Blue and black mana. We've got a 3-drop creature, we've got a 5-drop, which we should play on turn 5, and a kind of very low-key removal spell. But it goes well with the Edifice. We might want to hold this for turn 4, so we can kill a 2-toughness creature. Another one of those. That's interesting. We are not seeing too many 1-toughness creatures, and it might be an idea to actually... Oh, wow, okay. Just kill that now. But it is a... Tell you what, it's a good target for the Edifice on turn 3. Yeah. Good top deck. We actually get a 2-drop. that's the 5th land for our scrap traps. Okay, we're going for another swamp, right? Play the edifice. See if he's got a protection spell for the guy of this thing. Yeah. Take it out. I think he's bricked on 2 land here. We'll see if he's top decked one. Oh, he did. He's got his mountain. Because he definitely went first. There's his eye. Does this take out? No, it doesn't take out artifacts. And this gives us access to green mana, which is very nice. Okay, we're going to keep drawing land. Can't do much this turn, but we can edict at instant speed, so that's certainly something. Okay. So I'm going to edict now. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Non-token creature, right? I always have to double check this. And that only remains a creature as long as that thing's on the field, so nothing happens. Okay. My turn. And we've got our Archfiend. I think... I misplayed. I should have done... Actually, no. Prophetic Prism means it doesn't matter too much. I'll play the Archfiend. And swing in with this. And then we follow up with the scrap traps, because then they can load him up with all counters. So yeah, we're having some lucky games here where we're actually hitting our ridiculously overpowered rares. It had to happen at some point. That's all I'm going to say. So that he's going to kill that one, which is fair enough. Help stem the bleeding. Let's dig a land out of the deck, and let's find a forest. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Play the scrap trap. Oh yeah, this thing's interesting. We'll take the damage. Yeah, let's read this this card. It's a 5/5. His first strike, protection from multicolored. Got to sacrifice him unless you discard a card. Destroy target non-land permanent with mana value less than or equal to the mana value of the discarded card. Nice, I think, is a good description of that. So, first strike is, of course, incredibly annoying to deal with. But we are just going to have to see it. Well, we'll try and survive his next turn. Doesn't have reach, does it? No. We play another scrap trap. And end the turn. See what he can blow up. Does he have a 4 mana spell? he has a 5 mana spell and he's going to blow that up. That's fair enough. So there's not much I can do about that. That's out of here. He's going to draw a card. But he can't... Well, he could attack with this thing, I suppose. If he gets an artifact, he's down to 1 card. Okay, I think, yeah, it's time for an Atlas. Not that we're going to get... Oh, that would have been a good set of top decks. I guess I will proliferate and do nothing. So we just got to attack when we have more creatures than he has blockers, I guess. Oh, that gets sacrificed to draw. He discards Free from Flesh. He's looking for things to keep this going and keep blowing up creatures. He needs 5 mana spells to blow this up. Because I could have forced him to Chomp block with it. Oh no, I think he did that at the end of turn, didn't he? So he could do that anyway. It would not have made any difference. He's okay. When that dies, you draw a card, but it's 1 toughness, which is very good news for me. I will take the damage. I do not want to trade here. I'm on, let's see, 12 minutes left. And he has another creature. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Yes, I had to respond to that. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I just missed my chance. See, he has played this a couple of times and it just hasn't registered with me, but that it becomes 4/4 as long as this is on the field. I really messed up. I might have just lost the game there. But yeah, clicking through one of these things is very easy, isn't it? It's just automatic after a while. Sometimes it loses you the game. Okay, my turn. Okay, we might be okay. We might be okay. I think we're probably okay. We could go greedy and actually, if we steal Unctus's Retrofitter, for as long as it remains on the battlefield, I'm going to control it, but it's going to remain on the battlefield. Will this still be a 4/4? Anyway, let's see. 7 mana, 8 mana. Obviously, if we take this off the battlefield, it removes a first striker. So, and it costs 5. And we want to spend 5 or more. So, protection from multicolored. Yeah, I think this works, doesn't it? Let's do that. Yeah, Blue Sun's Twilight's pretty good. We'll see if he's got to do something with 1 green mana. We'll see what he can do. got there. See, I thought this deck was pretty decent. So we actually get to 3 wins. After coming back from almost a 0-2. Okay. Oh, there we go. Another Blade of Shared Souls. That'll do nicely. That's 1,800 gems we're getting back. Okay, on to the next one. Yeah, when you get, I think it was, if you've got Blue Sun's Twilight, Archfiend of the Dross, we've got the Mercurial 2 mana unblockable. So if you can play 3 rares in the same deck, it's quite nice, especially when it's only 2 colours. I'm sure there's another blue rare. Oh yeah, the card we just saw, the cloning equipment. So it's 4 rares in 2 colours. We have blue and black mana. We have mana fixing. This can give us green, which we'll need for the Vorrac and the Mantis. So we can play a turn 3 Vorrac off this hand. This is great. Keep this one. It's not the fastest hand, but it will do. Sort of chunky 3-drop, chunky 4-drop. Okay, that's an annoying thing. We've drawn a forest anyway. At least this replaces itself. And oh, we have Blue Sun's Twilight, where we can just steal this, and that will probably save us quite a lot of damage. Oh, I see. That's going to get toxic. It's a 2 mana creature. I need 4 mana to steal this, so I cannot do that yet. Right, he's given me toxic 1. So he could have used that as a protection spell, possibly. Right, I think we want a Contagious Vorrac here. See, I've done the all 3 colours in 3 turns thing. I will take the Expanse. Oh, he's got Mirex. Yeah, I was thinking that was a Terramorphic Expanse. Okay, we want double blue here, 100%. 100%. Alright, when this gains oil, it can get out of control. But we've got maybe slightly more ways to stop flyers than unblockable creatures. I'll steal your... Yeah, okay, let's... First of all, let's swing with the Vorrac. This thing, I'm sure it makes mites, doesn't it, for... Oh, is it 5 mana? No, 3 mana. 3 mana, fair enough. Okay. Yes, we are using Blue Sun's Twilight to grab his unblockable creature. That seems very reasonable. So he's got white in the deck as well. He could bounce that back to his hand, of course. That would be the perfect response. I can't think of the bounce spell in this set. I'm sure there is one. They never skip on a bounce spell. Oh, he's going to actually just exile it from the game. And this gets bigger with every... Oh my goodness. He's got another pump spell. So that's he's very seriously racing me with this thing. So maybe I took control of the wrong thing. I think I didn't read the last line of text there. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Trawler Drake. Okay, Terramorphic Expanse we need. Let's dig another land out of the deck. Let's dig a forest out of the deck. Let's play a big creature. And we'll make a vain attempt to try and race this guy. So we could do 8 damage next turn. We could win in 2 turns. He's going to keep pumping this guy up. He'll have to go some to win next turn. He'll need some stuff to do that. And I have a blocker now. That's good. Let's play an untapped land. Yeah, that is. Yeah, Archfiend of the Dross is reduced to blocking duty here. You could, of course, you can do that removal spell, pump this to 5 and get through. Yeah, if he has 3 spells, one of them's removal. If he has more pump spells as well, that yeah, more Aspirant's Ascents could just win the game for him. Okay, let's do that. Let's try and do a lot of damage. But he might, if he's got the right cards, he just wins this turn. So he's got 4 mana to do everything. So removal spell, pump spell, I think wins. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Right. Now, here's an observation. He can't let Archfiend of the Dross through. He's on 6 life. So that gets blocked by the Shepherd. He can't let everything else through because that's 6 damage. So I think he has to make some trades here. And I'm better off attacking with everything. Right, I'll just make sure I'm not missing something. I just attack with everything, right? I just win. Yes. It's got the 2 mites that can come through. 2 damage. Oh yeah, Archfiend finishes him. That's what I was missing. Creature deaths do make him lose life. Okay, he has a very nasty flyer there. 100% we put in some anti-flyer stuff. Canopy. And maybe in some situations the Scourge is good. Oh, I've just taken out the wrong one. Never mind. Let's try that again. There is also this Copper Longlegs, but I'm not sure it's that good. So he's got a lot of combat tricks. He had 2 of those blue pump spells. It's very interesting. Not seen anyone else do that. But then he's playing a spells deck, so he's probably got, because it was the first 2 creatures were both getting oil counters with every spell cast, every non-creature spell cast. Okay, we've got every colour of mana. We've got Archfiend in the opening hand. We've got 4 mana to cast him on turn 4. That seems good to me. Keep 7. And we've got Thrummingbird, turn 2. We've got Whisper of the Dross for his 1 toughness creatures. Sheoldred's Edict as well. Right, the only problem is, this has to find a swamp in order to play the Archfiend. And that's what I'm going to do, because I've got no green cards in my hand. So I'm going to assume I won't top deck a swamp, and I'll just make sure I can cast it. Okay, get the swamp, please. And there is a green card, but never mind. I will use the Dross here to kill his best creature. Not doing anything on turn 3 anyway. We'll play a Thrummingbird. And we'll play Dross pre-combat, so it gets an extra oil counter. And he's got his Whisper of the Dross, fair enough. Very reasonable. Got Blue Sun's Twilight. Is there a risk playing this against this guy? It could be risky, or it could be a quick win. It's more likely to be a quick win, but yeah, he could have his pacifism now. I don't think I can't target myself with a sacrifice effect. Well, yes, yeah, gotta stop doubting. Right, we play the Archfiend, of course, turn 4. I mean, how many people have actually lost to this loss effect? Probably 1 or 2, but you're better off playing it than not. The other option, I could have done Blue Sun's Twilight and took control. Oh, that's getting pumped. Oh, that doesn't have Toxic. Ah, it'll become a 3/2 though, so that's a good good racing thing that he's got there. Do we Edict? Or do we Blue Sun's Twilight? Blue Sun's Twilight on the Zealot means I do 7 damage. And that means I win in a shorter amount of time. Because this does 7 damage. Right? It's a 3-turn clock. I'm going to do that. Blue Sun's Twilight on... No, it doesn't work. It's a 4-mana creature. What am I talking about? Okay. But we could steal this guy. We could steal this guy and then Edict that away next turn. Yes. That is just going to come in and gain lots of life points. Make it harder for me to win quickly, so I think that's the correct decision. This is feeling like a risky Archfiend though, sort of just playing it. Oh, right, yeah, because he couldn't target that guy, because... Oh boy, oh boy. Did we just lose? Oh wait, we've got Annihilating Glare. Okay, that has a sacrifice effect attached to it. So we're hopefully in the clear. We didn't just lose the game by playing Archfiend turn 4. You'd hope I could draw a land and play the Scrap Trap and get the oil counters up. Right, so we've got an emergency Annihilating Glare. I forgot there is a sacrifice effect in the deck. We can Edict in response. As long as he's got a target for Annihilating Glare, I can kind of save myself. So I'm going to Edict and make him sacrifice his creature. I think that's reasonable. Non-token creature. And he loses 2 life. That's the other thing. I keep forgetting this makes him lose 2 life. So I've got lethal on the board. He's got duress. Oh god. If he's got something else. Oh god. Can he gain life? Can he pacifism the guy? I think we did it. Oh, it feels like it's been a long time coming. I've had a really rough time in sealed deck, in this set in particular. Combat research. Let's just see. I think it's 4 wins. Yeah, nice. Let's have a little look at the deck, right? So was the now do you think the decision to splash green made sense? It did mean I could bring in the green removal spell, Carnivorous Canopy. It's quite nice in best of 3 to do things like that. Oh yeah, the Tainted Observer's just very good. We've got a few games where the extra Proliferate off this was really awesome. I think Lattice-Blade Mantis is just a very nice bigger creature. Basically 5/4 vigilance for 4 is pretty good. And the Rot Priest is pretty nice for giving things Death Touch. But I feel like the last few wins, we were actually just hitting our rares incredibly consistently, just getting Archfiend at the Dross every game, getting Blue Sun's Twilight almost every game. It seemed like it was a bit silly. It's usually what happens on the other side of the board. Best moment, I think, Blade of Shared Souls and cloning the Archfiend at the Dross. That was just cool. Right. Yeah, mana base seemed to work pretty well. It's a bit tougher in best of 3 because there's no hand smoothing algorithm. But I think 9 blue sources, 9 black, and 4 green, and then 2 mana fixing things in the deck. That seemed to work out reasonably well, reasonably consistent. Yeah. So that's pretty nice. I get to do another sealed deck now. I've enough gems. I'll do the next one. I'm just alternating, so the next one will be best of 1. Anyway, that went surprisingly well. Okay, I think I'll call that that is a video. So thanks for watching.